Hi guys, so it's Choco here. So this is the progress we've made so far. Now, if you haven't watched the first one, I suggest you do, because you will realise that progress has actually been made. It might still look like a complete hole to normal people, but if you'd seen what it was like before, then hey, this is progress. And we kind of have to look past the reality and look into the future and the potential of what this area holds. So there is stuff everywhere, and there's a reason why we're keeping stuff. So for all of this metal and cages and things, wire and fencing and goodness knows what else, that's going to be used to protect the sides of any raised beds that I go on to make. So we get cats, and little midget has grown. River, yay! So she's grown, she's got like super long legs, so we need to protect it from her jumping on anything that we do need to grow. Now the biggest problem that we have at this area at the back is bindweed. Now it looks very innocent, and that's a bit possibly back there, but what you can't see is about 10 foot of root, and they spread out and they grow from like nothing. I pulled up bag loads of the stuff without any roots on, if you know what I mean, and no mud in the bag, and they started to regrow in the bag. They're that serious. They're like proper full on plants that never die. So burn or take to the tip, which is what I've had to do. So for I just took up as many of the roots as I could, but like I say, they like grow from nothing. It's this stuff. You see how it kind of, so it looks really pretty and like ivy, but it's not. It's deadly and evil and must be destroyed. So I've had to put some poison down, which is not easy when you have a little puppy, and be very, very careful, because little puppies eat everything. So yeah, there's stuff down there, so it keeps sprouting up, and I keep having to try to poison it. Stuff down there, it just goes everywhere, spreads for miles. Yeah, stuff down here. So it's this evil stuff here. Where is it? There's a bit. Oops. That one there. This bit. And it just winds around stuff and suffocates everything, and it's just horrible, and I hate it. So yeah, so there's lots of work still to be done back here, so I'm quite pleased. I would say I'm proud, but I'm quite pleased with what I've done so far. I've got to, so that's my garage. Very nice, isn't it? Lovely. But anyway, it does a job. So all of that needs to, which I'm guessing was up here somewhere, has slid down, and I'm going to have to break my back to somehow get all of that mud. River, leave it. Get all of that mud back up here, and then somehow build a wall from about 10 bricks and a bit of old concrete. So yeah, so we've got work to do. So the plan is tackle what's important first, which is get rid of the weeds, die. And then there's kind of no point in covering anything really that much until I take out these, because like as you can see I've done a little bit already, but they're just going to be massive, and I can't maintain those, so it's not fair on me or my neighbours, and anything that I put at the bottom here is just going to be overshadowed. So they did look nicer when they were little, but like obviously you need to maintain them to littleness. And this one over here you can probably see how tall I'm not, so this is where I've managed to get up to so far, but all of that's going to come down. So anything that overhangs a potential bed is coming down. Holly, oh yeah, I kind of like the holly, but I don't know, but certainly needs to come down in height. Still haven't been in the scary shed. I'll wait till River's a little bit bigger, throw her and the big dog in and see what runs out. Yeah, so there's still a lot of work to be done. So basically get rid of all of these, all the green things. Gonna kill anything that's green. Maybe not this thing. I think that's I don't know what that is. I think it might be an elder. Look at the destruction. This is what I'm up against. She's supposed to be helping. So I don't know what that plant was. I think it's River. That's doing a good job, that thing. You're not. That's supposed to be there. Oh, that's big dog inside. Yeah, so get rid of anything that's green, basically, nice or not nice, good or bad. Get rid of everything that's green, and then put some more covering down here. This like stuff, can't remember what it's called. Covering stuff. And then put gravel on top of that. Also have plans for this area back here, which is in front of the trampoline, or behind the trampoline. They will leylandii, and again, just too much green in my garden that I just can't keep up with. So they're coming out and being replaced with more kind of like a Japanese, Chinese, tropical vibe. Apparently, this was from my dad, Rip. And this apparently is really invasive. Thanks, Dad. This is black bamboo, but hopefully, because we are in the UK, it won't send out loads of suckers. It started off with just 1 or 2, but so this is like must be about 7 years worth. So I don't think it's going to go terribly mental and start trying to get into my house, but I'm going to keep an eye on it now that I know what it is. Yeah, so back here behind the trampoline, this is going to be like a tropical vibe. I like things that move. You see that movement of the bamboo? I like stuff like that. So we're trying to get rid of all of this stuff that just grows and replace it with slower growing stuff that doesn't invade my garden and I don't really have to do that much with. So we're thinking like we've got some banana-y type things. I don't know what they are, but they look nice. So we're going to try and get them in, but first we have to get these out. So there's still quite a lot to do, and then we have to try to revive these beds. Some of them are probably still okay, but some are just completely rotten. And as you can see over here, my pile of pallets and wood, big sigh, I've got to somehow get those pallets apart so I can reuse the wood. That was the idea. Otherwise, and if it's just too hard, they're just going to go on a bonfire. They just are. River, come here. She comes. She's like, little goat, good girl. And the bonfire area is going to be down here. Now, if you're wondering why I've kept all of this wood and all the fencing, I think I've described why I'm keeping the fencing. That's for the sides of the beds. As you can see back here, when the beds are resting, or you just want to stop weeds from growing on them when you're not using, it's easier just to cover them, bits of old carpet, but then you don't, or whatever I've got down here, this cover stuff, but then you don't want it flying off. So I'm using bricks, but the bricks come from the wall, or what was a wall, or whatever that was once. So I'm just gonna use they're wardrobes that I've ripped out. I think they were wardrobes. You can see the monsters, and God, a nightmare I've had this summer. Well, from like winter time. Anyway, so they've all come out. So rather than tipping them, I can actually put them to use. So it won't look quite as bad. But obviously some beds, I'm not using that for anything, am I? Yeah, so there's still lots to be done, and I'm going to try and do a little bit like every week. I think that's just going to be like back-breaking, isn't it? That's just going to be really hard, and I don't really want to do that. But when it's done, I'll be really proud. But then somehow, like I say, I'm going to have to learn how to build a wall from about 10 bricks. So I don't know how that's going to work. Maybe we can employ some of this MDF. I don't know how we're going to do that. When we get the gravel down, or before we get the gravel down, this wall needs to be built, or at least we need some kind of planking system to just create an edge, so that, as you can see, everything just slides down. So we need to get like a plank up here just to keep the gravel up here and not down there. It would look nice down there, but not when you're supposed to be living somewhere else. Yes, so little River, she likes spending time in the garden. And you can see those like super long legs. They basically make her like part goat and part flea. I've never known a dog like her. She can climb and jump anything. But she is fun to have around in the garden, even though she's not always that helpful. But yeah, the worst thing for like having a little puppy is obviously for the poison, so you have to be really careful when you put that down. I tend to do it sort of like at night time, not when it's going to rain, which is again quite difficult in the UK because it always rains here. So yeah, so obviously if you go on to use poison on your allotment, be really careful. Just try to get all the roots up first. But like I said, this bindweed stuff grows like it still grows even when it has no means of life. It still grows, so it's obviously some kind of alien plant. It's like that, and cockroaches, come a nuclear winter, they will survive. I'm not joking. Right, anyway, so that's where we are now. So I just thought I'd give you an update. So I am still alive, so thanks for still watching. But as you can see, one has her work cut out. And we might try and redo the put some paint or whatever preservative on that fence, but that's probably the very last thing that will get done. Like, if it does get done, it needs to get done, but it's not really a top priority now. Yeah, and like discarded tools that have gone rusty because I forgot. So anyway, so see what I mean about like jumping about. So that's where we are now. What are you eating? Oh man. Which is very cute. Yeah, so and we have to put a bell on her because otherwise we don't know where she is, because she's probably coming across quite big in this, but she is actually really quite small, and she runs around her legs and we can't see her. Yeah, so anyway, so that's where we are. I'll give you, I don't know how long it's going to take me to get rid of these things up here, because there's just me, folks. And then when I get rid of them, like, so that I don't annoy my neighbours too much, I do have to go to the tip occasionally, so that's just like more time. I'd rather just burn them, but anyway, I think my neighbours are getting slightly annoyed at me. Yeah, so it's going to take a while, but let's think positive and let's think of the potential. Yeah, so this is going to be good. I'm not feeling good about all the work, but I am. Oi! Stop it! You're supposed to be helping. Yeah, you're supposed to be helping, doggy. Don't eat it. No, River, leave it. Thank you. Good girl. No, she's so clever. Good girl. She's only being good now because she wants a biscuit. Yeah, so feeling good about what it will be like, but not feeling good about all the hard work because I work hard enough. But hey, anyway, I'll catch up with you later. Bye.